William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.
This is James Holder for iFilm TV in association with Macklin's Jim Marbell. We're at the press conference today for Gary Spiker Sullivan v Chris Eubank Jr. With me, I've got Dropkick Murphy's boxing's very own Ken Casey. How are you, Ken?
Good to be here,
Got to say, it's fantastic for you to make the trip over from Boston. Last time I saw you, was in Boston in your bar after the fight, getting a bit merry.
Yeah.
How you been keeping since then?
Yeah, I've been great. I got a little time off, and it's nice to get a chance, non-music related, to come to London. I don't have to get in the ring, so I have a little more time to see the sights. But I'm very excited for Spike. All this talk of his power, I think that some people forget. It's like he's going to come in just looking to load up on a big shot. He's been dropping people with jabs. You know what I mean? He's got He's got power, but he doesn't have to come in like I just think Eubank might think that he's going to come in like just winging shots and he's going to pick them apart. And I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see the power, but I think he's going to set it up, and I think he's going to fight smart as well.
What do you make of the fact that the Collins camp, Pascal Collins and Steve Collins, etc., feel that they've got the blueprint to beat the Eubanks, having been there before and done that?
I think obviously the history shows it, but it is two different guys, Spike isn't Steve and Junior isn't Senior, but I do think it makes for a great storyline. I think it's similar in a way, the fights, and I think that, I think the intrigue is there, and boy, imagine, if the storyline could pick up there, maybe we get 2 fights out of this, maybe we get 3 fights out of this, this is the fight that real boxing fans, or the type of fights that real boxing fans are excited about. And, just to be here. Listen, I'm happy with what I do in Boston, but let's face it, the passion for boxing is larger here in Ireland. So it's nice to be here for a fight on this side of the pond, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it.
I've got to say, people treat you in Boston like you're sort of royalty in Boston. It's until you see the response that you sort of get from the everyday people and the people that live in Boston, it's quite hard to believe. So how are you finding it sort of not being as sort of recognised here, if you like, and a little bit more in the background, so to speak? That's the reason I'm recognized in Boston so much. Not even from the band. I'm just born and raised there, big family. I know everyone. It's even my role in the band. It's not like a limelight thing. It's a handshake with people, and I look forward to coming to something like this and meeting new people. It's not about being a friggin' big shot. You know what I mean? I don't even like that atmosphere anyway. It's about supporting my friends. And I'm here to support Spike. On the boxing side of it, you've done a real good job of putting together a nice core of Irish fighters, as well as some American-based Irish fighters as well. So is that the future, to maybe get them sort of the experience in the Boston fights, and then look to build them onto, as you said here, for the big sort of matches?
Yeah, there's obviously working with Eddie now a couple of times. I've been working with Haymon. I can do my own thing. Work with DiBELLA well. So I have the relationships to come in and help the guys that I have get to the opportunities like this.
Yes.
It isn't necessarily about it all being Irish or Irish-American fighters, but that's where my friendships and connections often lie, which leads to a little bit more of a trust factor, because somebody knows me and they can vouch for me. And but I just like working with good people, honestly. I don't care if I had the next hands down future world champion, and if he was a piece of shit, I got no time for him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I like to come here and help my friends and root for them, and if I can help their career along, it's great. And I like a challenge. The band for me is we're blessed, we're lucky, but it's on autopilot. We have good people working for us, and this is reminding me of the early days of the band when you were pushing the rock up the hill, and sitting on the stage today is wow. What a laugh that I'm actually even, over here and have a guy in the fight. It's funny, but in a good way, And I'm proud of Spike, and I'm proud of Packy, and I'm just honored to be associated with them,
Any chance you could sort of sing Spike out if you like? Is that something you've
I'll leave
thought
that stuff
about?
to the rap world, or to Sinead. I don't know. I'll sit in my seat and watch.
Listen, on that note, thank you for talking to IFL TV, and you was very hospitable, looked after us in Boston, so we really do appreciate it, sir.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.